A city's legacy is determined primarily by its architecture. Impressive historic buildings such as these are what help define the identity of a city. It is of course vital that such places are not only maintained, but that they are promoted and have continued investment so as to inform as well as to attract visitors. People come from all over the world to experience a slice of the past when they visit these buildings, be it on school trips or holidays. Without this, it would not be long before a city's legacy, as well as its buildings, start to crumble.
When I walk through this city, I always am thinking like of all the history that somebody told me, because I know a lot of people living here and giving guided tours.
I think it's good that there are tourists who come here to see how it looks and how the people live here and what kind of history Ghent has and stuff like that.
I know that lots of groups, come by boat, and I know that they're our main income, so I reckon that is huge for Ghent. People tend to keep on coming here because of the cultural heritage.
I think it's a part of city life that tourism and tourists are here. It's nice to show the city to tourists. They're very interested. Also financially, economical, we need tourists to keep the city. Because of the renovation, you need the money, and tourists bring the money, so.
But what will count as cultural heritage to future generations? And how will new technologies play a role in the visitor experience? Well, the 2012 international conference Culture Matters, a collaboration by Stad Ghent and Norwich Heart, was formed by bringing together delegates from all over the cultural heritage sector to the historic city of Norwich to take a closer look into these issues and the all-round value cultural heritage plays in modern life. The conference follows on from the EU's Shaping 24 project, a heritage scheme that selected 12 buildings from both Norwich and Ghent for investment to improve the tourist experience.
I do a lot of things with culture in my everyday work as a broadcaster. Culture crops up left, right and centre, and you might not know it's there, but it's up there and it's one of our talking points. So we're talking museums, we're talking music, we're talking theatre, we're talking cinema, we're talking art, and we're all talking culture.
Among the 29 speakers for the event were Bart Duché, advisor for the Culture Department in the City of Ghent, and Lloyd Grossman OBE, chairman of Blue Plaques, the Churches Conservation Trust, the Campaign for Museums, the Heritage Alliance, and many other prestigious organisations within the sector. The conference was sponsored by Virtual Past.
Virtual Past is a company that is based within the University of East Anglia. It's a collaboration between the Schools of History and the School of Computing Science to produce bespoke virtual reality models for clients. There's an example in the Castle Museum, an exhibition space.
This is just one of the ways new technology is being used to enhance the tourist experience of important landmarks. But is it enough?
Ghent is a beautiful place to be. It's quite a big city, especially in Belgium. I think it's the third biggest city of Belgium. They don't spend enough money for some places, but I think, they just think maybe the most touristical parts are the most important ones, but you have a lot of small areas more to the outskirts of the city that are very beautiful as well. It should be a shame if we are not sharing this with the tourists. I know they are doing a lot of things here from the city itself, but it takes 20 years before it's all done.
They use technologies to make the buildings instead of being black, like zandstraal in Dutch, but they try to make them better, and Korenmarkt has been renovated recently.
Most of the time Ghent looks pretty clean and cozy, and also the monuments, I think they take care of them to make them new again, I guess.
At a time of economic austerity and funding constraints, Culture Matters 2012 provided creative cities, cultural organisations and leaders a great lifeline in finding new perspectives and ways to work on an increasingly diminishing budget.
I'm here today. I was asked to speak in a marketing session about the lessons that people can learn from the partnerships that we bring together for Museums at Night Festival, and how this can help heritage towns and cities to get more visitors in and to offer a more interesting combined programme of events. I didn't know much about Ghent or about what made it distinctive, but after hearing from some of the local speakers about what they've been doing, I can't wait to visit now.
Through this exchange, they were able to form new collaborations with those with similar interests and ideas.
I think the general conclusion and the consensus is that culture really does matter, but it's the different ways that people are tackling it, which is meaning that the delegates and those who are enjoying this conference are being engaged in quite a broad conversation.
While finding additional funding from governments proves to be an ongoing struggle, Culture Matters made clear one very important point. that in order to keep our history alive, we need to be looking to the future.
Ghent is starting to get more and more famous. Yeah, it's a very, very beautiful medieval city, so everybody should come over here and take a look.